Okay, we're going to run through exercise 613, the CAM. You can see I've already added a picture in here just so we can see what we're working with. One thing that's important to note on this is that there's multiple ways that we could accomplish the same task. I'm simply going to show you one way that I think works well. So I'm going to start by drawing my inner circle here, my guide circle, and then my outer circle. And to make it easier, I'm going to anchor each of those on 0 so that I can work from there. So we'll go 0, enter, already selected circle, diameter of this first one, it tells us is 1.5, so 1.5, enter. Do a circle again. This time, since this is a guide one, I'm going to put it on the white layer. So enter, circle, anchor it at 0. But this time we can see we have a radius of 1.75. So change that to radius, 1.75, enter. And then switch back to my black layer. Enter, 0, enter to anchor it on 0. And this time I need a radius of 3 inches. So go 3, enter. Next I'm going to draw these little U-shaped cutouts in there. And this is where it starts to diverge, where there's different ways that we could do things. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw one of these right here, starting with the circle and then some lines. So I'm going to do a circle again, make sure I'm still on the black layer. Hopefully I have an endpoint right here because this is where I want to snap to. And we can see right here we have a diameter of 0.75. So 0.75, enter. Now we need to have a line that goes out tangent to this curve, but goes straight out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw a guideline again. I'm going to start it at 0, enter. And I'm just going to drag it out this way a ways and click. So I know that my lines right here need to be parallel, and they need to be a total of 0.75 inches apart. If I split the difference there, that's 0.375. So I'm going to do this. Go ahead with my black layer again. I'm going to click on this line. I'm going to use the command offset. Enter. Up here, I'm going to click both sides, so it goes out both directions, and make sure that the cap says none. But I need to go a distance of 0.375. Click enter. And then drag it outwards and click. And so what I've just done is put a couple of lines here that we're going to use. Now I can turn off my white layer if I want, and I'm going to trim out these parts here that I don't need. So I'll highlight that. Trim. Don't need any of that. Don't need that one, this, or that. Okay? So I have this almost Pac-Man looking thing here. Now, if you notice here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those cutouts. And right now, these are separate curves. Just to make things easier, I'm going to join those together. The command is join after I highlight them. And now I need to use polar array. So type array polar, select that. And we want to make sure that we're listening or that we're reading and following the command line. It says center of polar array. Since I anchored all my circles on 0, I can go 0, enter. Number of items, we counted here, we need 6, enter. Okay, angle to fill or first reference, that says 360 degrees, so we'll hit enter. And we see that it puts a total of 6 of those on there, so it adds 5 to the one that we've already drawn. That looks pretty good right there to me, so I'm going to hit enter to accept that. Now I need to go in and I need to trim out these little sections, and I need to join that, so we'll highlight that, type trim, trim out each of those pieces that we don't want, hit enter to end the trim command, and then we're going to type join, J-O-I-N, join. There we go. We have one closed curve. The last step in there is it tells you to extrude it straight, a thickness of 0.5. You can do that if you want, but that's how we draw the CAM.